guys, welcome back. This is Casper and this is Davis. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys how to be able to teach your dog how to pick up their food bowl and actually be able to bring you their food bowl so you guys can have help with your dog, showing you guys how to be able to get your dog to bring their food bowl to you for feeding, nice and easy. Now, we do this a lot with our service dogs so that our dogs can help us be able to bring the food bowl out of the kennel so we're not crawling into the kennel to be able to pick it up for us. So as we do this, we want to make sure that the dogs are going to be able to do a lot of the work, but also make it fun. Now, Davis can already do this, but I want to be able to walk through the steps of how we did this so that you guys can see how the process works. Because again, it's something very easy and it's very fun for you guys to be able to do with your dog so that it's enjoyable and then also something that's mentally stimulating and then also that nice bond that you guys can create with your dog. So to start off, I use Tupperware. Tupperware is one of the easiest things for me to be able to use, and then the takeout containers are probably the funnest ones because if it gets destroyed, I don't have to worry about it. I can just go to the store, I can buy some more takeout, and guess what? I get a meal out of it and I get another container. So when I'm looking at the container itself, there's all these little ridges. All these little ridges on here allow me to be able to grab onto that with their teeth. So as he's grabbing onto this, he has all these different able spots to be able to grab. And then the last one that he was actually doing, he actually pierced straight through the top of his tooth, and he was able to just pick it straight up by his tooth and the bottom. You can encourage your dog to be able to pick up these bowls any way that they want to. So if he destroys this bowl and puts 15, 20 teeth holes into it, who cares? Don't discourage him from destroying one of these bowls. At the end of the day, we really want to make this fun, and if that means he gets to destroy a bowl in the process, who cares? You can go out and get another bowl, and if he goes through 5 or 6 of these bowls, that's fine. Also, when he's done with this, feed him in the bowl. So he has to pick it up, you can treat him for it, and then you can also feed him in it as well. Once they start ripping the bottom out of it, time to get a new bowl to feed him with. But these are the bowls that I like to start feeding them with. And then also when they start working with these bowls, it is a very easy thing because they're nice and light as well. So very, very good starter bowls. So let's show you guys how to get this started. Are you ready? Here we go. So I'm going to start playing fetch with this. So I just want to get his attention first. And I want to make it fun. So once he gets excited, start playing with him. And then I can even just give it to him and let him hold on to it. And I can do a give and give a treat to him. I always want to exchange it with a treat. I never want to be a bully and I want to steal something from him. I always want to exchange it with a treat. So I can play fetch with him, let him throw it around, let him go and grab it. And even if he wants to start chewing on it right now, that's perfectly fine. Give, and then I can give the treat. I can throw it again, let him go around, he can pounce, he can beat it all over the place, and I can let him chew on it all he wants because the more he chews on it, the more he's experimenting with how can I pick this up. Good boy, good boy. A lot of excitement, a lot of praise. Good boy. Get it? Good boy. So he actually grabbed it right by the sides. So he completely grabbed it on the sides. So no part of this was actually proper. He just manhandled and grabbed it and pinched it with his teeth and squeezed as hard as he could and picked it straight on up. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The more he experiments with how he can grab this, the better off it actually is. It's mentally stimulating because he's learning every time he picks this up. And obviously that one was upside down, which is even harder than right side up. So we want to try to keep him right side up the first couple times. Get it? Good boy. That's a good boy. Bring and give. So we have get, bring, and give. So we have 3 command sets here. But then we're going to add in one more. We want to add in the bowl command. So this is called a bowl. So get the bowl, bring the bowl, and give the bowl. So we have Davis get bowl, bring bowl, give bowl. So now we're just playing, right? So we want to make it as easy as possible. So initially what I would do for a training session is I may throw this 2 or 3 times, pay him, then I'm going to put his food into it. After I put the food into it, I'm just going to put it down on the ground and let him eat it. So he eats his food out of it now, and then when he's done, I may pick it up, throw it for him a little bit, and then tell him to get the bowl, bring me the bowl, give the bowl, pay him again, good boy, and he's now done eating. So even when he's done eating, I'm going to have him retrieve the bowl so I can put it away. When I'm done with all of the meal, I don't want to leave bowls on the floor. So I can have him get in the habit of, I'm done eating, bring the bowl back to Dad. This helps so that when I'm done out of the kennel, he can actually go out of the kennel, grab the bowl, and bring it back to me so that the bowl is not left inside the kennel. So it starts building those good habits. So this is the first starting stage, is going to be these nice, cheap little takeout bowls or Tupperware containers if you want to go to that route. So that's going to be stage 1. Let's go to stage 2. Into stage 2. Stage 2, we're going to go into a harder plastic bowl. Now, this plastic bowl actually has a handle on it. So that handle allows him to grab from the top, or if it flips over upside down, he can still grab it from underneath, or he can grab anywhere along these edges and just grip and pick it straight up. So this is going to teach a lot of dexterity as far as how much pressure he needs to be able to put into these sides, or if he looks close enough, he'll actually be able to look for that handle to be able to pick it up as well. You'll also start noticing that if they haven't done it before, they're going to really start doing it now, where they put their paws into the bowl, because now you have a larger surface. So the smaller bowls, they really aren't going to do it a whole lot, but when it gets bigger, they're going to put their paw right into the center of that bowl and then try to pick it up. Again, encourage them to pick up the bowl. Get them excited. The more excitement that you create, the more they're going to want to pick it up. But they have to go through that process of mental stimulation. Don't just go over there and do it for them. Encourage them to figure it out. So here we go. We're going to start upside down, so it's going to be the easiest way first. Get the bowl. Good boy. And he chooses the side. Good boy, give. And there's my bowl back. Okay, so again, he started gripping at the side. He didn't go for the handle, he went straight for the side. Now this is, again, the harder way to do it, because now he has to choose how much pressure to bite into that plastic to be able to pick it straight up. That's a little bit harder for a puppy to determine, because now that's a little bit of weight for his teeth to be able to hold. Davis, get the bowl. Good boy. He's going for the handle this time. Good boy, get it. Good boy. If he starts to drop it, I don't want to grab it from him. I want to make sure he picks it on his own. He bit all the way around the outside. He found the handle. Give. Good boy. So as he was biting around the outside, he wasn't quite sure. He looked around and he found the handle and he picked up by the handle. So again, we want to let them explore through it. We want to let them figure it out. If I just reached down there because he had his mouth on it and I picked it up for him, that's not helping him to understand what the game is. I really want to make sure that he picks up the bowl. I don't want to reach down and grab it from him. I want him to lift. You can't steal it from me. I want him to pick it up and hand it to me. If I reach all the way down and just pick it up from him, it's not teaching him good manners. Now, right now, he's small. So as he grows up, again, I don't want to have to reach all the way down here to the floor for him to get the bowl to me. I want him to hand it all the way up to me when he's full grown as well. So we can start him at 17 weeks old right now where he's at. And we can have him teaching him to pick that bowl up as high as he possibly can, or we can have him lift it up 2 inches and say, which one's good enough? 2 inches or as high as your head goes. So when he's full grown, we still want his head as high as it possibly can go. So let's just teach it right from the beginning. Why have to wait till the very end when he's a year old to make his head go all the way up? Teach it proper from the beginning. So now let's flip it upside down, or I'm sorry, right side up. And once we do it right side up, it's going to eliminate all that undercarriage that he has the ability to grab onto. Now, he should look for that opening. Davis, get the bowl. So you notice it's nice and smooth. He's trying to grip around that smooth portion. Hopefully he's going to start looking for that handle. So his teeth are rolling off that smooth portion and he can't get a grip. So he starts using his paws to try to feel. Now we got that handle. Good boy. And as soon as he found that handle, boom, he got it. He lifted it straight up and he got excited about it because, ha-ha, got it. I won. Davis, get the bowl. So we can do this a couple of times. Good boy, get it. Good boy, bring. Good boy, give. Good boy. And again, I want him to put it right in my hand. So if my hand's extended, I want him to put it directly into my hand. If he drops it, then he doesn't get it. Get the bowl. Good boy, bring. Good boy, give. Good boy. Notice again how he's putting it right into the palm of my hand. I don't want him to sit there and drop it over here, hit the floor, and then me pick it up for him. That doesn't count. It has to go into my hand. If he sits into my hand and I drop it, is that my fault or his? Well, he didn't put it in my hand properly, it fell. That's his fault. He has to pick it back up and give it back to me. So that way, he sits there and he has to be more careful of how he puts it in my hand. It's going to teach the dog to be more cautious, especially when we get into smaller items, like change, if you want to do something small. So, we really want to get into those plastic ones next so that, again, they have more areas to be able to grab onto, but then we want to get into something tougher. So, the next one, stage 3, here it comes. Stage 3, this is his food container. When we start the food container, you're going to notice that I take the hard one, his actual metal bowl, and I take that entire metal bowl and I bury it all the way down into the bottom there. So it's completely buried. And I'll leave it sit there and I'll let it soak in scent. And when I do that, what I'm trying to actually do is I'm letting it sit there and completely absorb the scent of the food. Because what that's going to do is it's going to make him want to mouth on it, it's going to make him want to grab it, and it's going to make him want to play with it. Metal is not something that a dog wants to bite into. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. So if I can make it appetizing in some degree, at least by scent, it's going to make him at least want to mess with it a little bit more. So if you have issues with anything metal, I will always recommend put it into something that smells good, whether it's his food container or a treat container. So most of your treat containers, if you get a big bag of treats, you can take something and you can scent it in the treat bag. I love using that option, especially when I'm trying to get a dog to pick something up. No, your dog's probably not going to swallow it if you make it smell like a treat. It still tastes very badly. All right? So if I'm using change and I need to scent it like a treat or a piece of kibble, when that metal hits their teeth, they're not going to want to swallow it. So I get that question a lot. I've never had it happen. So it's one of those things that people always worry about, but you really don't have to worry a whole lot. When we look at So when we look at the metal bowl, I'm going to take the metal bowl out, and now we're going to be having a couple problems with this bowl. These are the bowls that I use. They're very, very cheap, but they are great because they're so easy to clean, and they're really all you need, and they're cheap. You know, they're only a couple dollars, and they're perfect to be able to serve in, and you can do so much with them. And guess what? Once you teach your dog to be able to pick them up, your dog can manipulate this bowl awesomely. So, the problem though is getting them to start with metal. And this is where it is. So, we're going to start upright, and it's Davis, get the bowl, and he can grab that edge. Good boy, Gift. And again, when they grab that edge, you're going to see how delicately he grabs that metal. And that edge has just a little lip to it. And he can grab that lip very gently with his teeth. Davis with the bowl. And he's going to come back. And again, it's very, very gentle. Good boy. So, if the bowl flips upside down, it is next to impossible for a puppy to be able to get this straight by themselves, especially on a flat surface like this. This is the hardest piece of this because it's just going to slide all over the place. Unless they can get it into a corner where they can flip it, it's very, very difficult for them to get these types of bowls back upright. Now inside of a kennel it's not too bad because they can push it into a corner, and once it's in that corner, the kennel itself will flip it back upright. So that's where being in a kennel is not that bad to be able to get these bowls to right themselves up. And if you notice, he'll be able to push it into the corner and it will flip itself. But in open space like this, he's almost not going to be able to flip this by himself. So we can come over here and we can tip it and help him to show that he's got to flip this bowl upright. So when we start working with the metal bowls, we want to make sure that they stay upright for him so he can grab it easily, pick it up properly, and then be able to bring it back to us. We want to get him to understand that the metal texture he can grab very, very gently because his teeth are very, very sharp right now, and he doesn't understand how much pressure he needs to put into every single object. The other thing we want to teach him is how much pressure they can use on us as he comes over and steals my bowl. So when we start looking at teeth to skin on us, we need to teach them that we have very delicate skin. This is a really good way that shows them that different surfaces, different materials are very, very cautious as far as how much pressure you can put into them. Davis, get the bowl. Bring. Give. Good boy. So again, these are something that are very, very worthwhile working with, and they're cheap. They're very inexpensive to use, and again, they're very easy to clean as opposed to using something that's plastic. Plastic holds a lot more bacteria than what a stainless steel bowl is going to do. Get it. Good boy, bring. Good boy, give. Good boys. So these are going to be very, very useful, and then we can have a lot more fun. So this is a slow feeder. It's a very large slow feeder. It's designed for a larger dog. It's one of the easier slow feeders as far as it being allowing very, very large obstacles for the dog to not have many different things to have to go around. So this is not going to be an intricate slow feeder. But when you start getting into slow feeders, they do make very, very intricate ones to slow the dog down a lot more. We're not going to necessarily worry about it actually being a feeder, much more as the design of the bowl itself, allowing the dog to be able to pick things up with it. This bowl has a lot of different spots on it that he'll be able to grab onto and be able to pick up. So from that, what we want to be able to do is, if you have a different choice as far as what you want to start with, yes, it's a larger bowl, but it also gives him a lot more opportunities to be able to grab onto. Davis, get the bowl. Good boy. Bring here. Good boy, bring. Yes, good boy. Good boy, bring. Nope, get the ball. Good boy, bring. Let's go, bring here. And you can see how he's working this. There's so many different things that he can grab onto. He's got to figure out which one is the best one. Good boy, get it. Good boy. And when he gets the right one, you got to get excited. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Let's go. Good boy, bring. Yes. Good boy, give. Let's go. Right here. Give. Good boy, give. Yes, good boy. So obviously this is a huge bowl. I mean, comparably, this is a giant bowl compared to him. But if he can still pick it up just a little bit, I'll take it. All right, I'll take the smallest amount of effort when you start working with large bowls. Because the more that you can get out of your dog, as long as they're trying, as long as you can keep pushing them, the better off it's going to be. So you want to keep going with it. You want it. Good boy. That's a good boy. You want to keep them engaged. You want to keep them interested. And as long as he's willing to keep pushing for it, good boy. Bring here. Yes. Good boy. I want him to keep going for it. And if I can keep him going on it, then the better off it is. Good boy, bring here. Yes, good boy, bring. Woohoo, good boy. Give. Yes. That's really what I'm looking for. If I can get him to be excited about picking up a bowl this size, the sky's the limit. So if I can do a little bowl, his size, and a bowl 4 times the size of what he needs, then everything else just starts making it easier and easier. So that's really what I'm looking for. Let's grab one more and try that. Giant metal bowls. Oh yeah. Let's have some fun. Let's see if he'll do it. Get the bowl. Like nothing. Good boy. Gift. So again, this bowl is about 4 times the size of what his metal bowl was. Picks it right on up, brings it on over. This is a water bowl, not a food bowl, and no issues. So this is what we're looking at as far as what capabilities can our dog do. Can they grab it? Can they pick it up? Will they bring it to us? Are they excited about doing it? And really, how much fun can we have with it? The more that you try, the more bowls that you get, the more items that you can do, the funner that it is for them. And you see how excited he is to run over there and grab it. And it doesn't bother him one bit, because the more things that you can do with it, teach one thing every day. If you can teach him one new thing every single day, he's going to love it. So you never want to sit there and limit your dog. Every single day, teach him one new thing. And take a business card. You get business cards all the time. So test it. Test that theory and see how gentle they can be. Davis, get it. Good boy. Yes, good boy. And that, guys, is a 17-week-old puppy picking up a business card off the tile floor. Challenge your dogs every single day. Don't let them off the hook. Don't let yourselves off the hook. Challenge yourselves. Challenge your dogs. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Good job, Davis. Good boys.